So, okay, the question is how to develop intellect. Yeah, in our previous material we spoke about what is the difference between intellect and the mind and memory. So, intellect is decision making and a really important tool for the meditation and spiritual evolution. And then the question is, okay, how to develop it. It's a really mystery, it's really amazing that thinking process actually happen with another important tool, which is brain. Okay, and I'm not going to deny the fact that we think, analyze with the help of brain in our memory function actually because of brain. But in the Kriya Yoga tradition we have amazing knowledge that actually subtle vibration comes from different chakras, and it's interesting that, okay, we have a memory in our brain, but the source, mystical source in the Vishuddha chakra or throat and intellect, okay, the source is in Anahata chakra, dorsal spine, and the mind is in lumbar spine, which is Manipura chakra. But anyway, we're thinking and we remembering and we make, okay, decision making and analyze information in a brain. So that's the system, and it means to make our intellect more powerful, more perfect. We have to work both with the brain and with the chakras. It means when we practice any Kriya Yoga technique, and okay, let me mention that there are many Kriya Yoga schools and branches, and that's perfectly okay. It's not the point to say that some of them true and all the rest are not. Of course, all of them are wonderful, and of course, some of them are more authentic, some of them are less, but anyway, when people learn Kriya Yoga techniques from different sources, if they practice, result will be there. Even if it is like less authentic Kriya Yoga school, the main point is how intensive your sadhana, how intensive your meditations, like what is the point to come to the best Kriya Yoga school and then not to practice. And at the same time, some Kriya Yoga schools can be not really authentic, but if people are serious, then they grow anyway. And there are many Kriya Yoga meditation techniques which are about chakras. And when we work with the chakras, for sure we develop our buddhi or intellect. And what is really important to remember, that the proper approach to the chakras is that we have to work simultaneously with all 7 chakras. It's not the point to say that, okay, I wish my intellect to grow to be like perfect, then I'll meditate only on Anahata chakra because it's this chakra, Anahata, in the dorsal spine is the source for intellect. It never works like that. And the same thing is if somebody will say, okay, I want self-healing, then I have to meditate only on Muladhara chakra, which is in coccyx. It never works like that. We have to work, to purify, to open all 7 chakras because they are interconnected. So it means even if now maybe quality of certain chakra is more important for you personally, then anyway you have to work with all 7 chakras. And so it means you just anyway work with Anahata chakra, and this is the source of buddhi. But also we have to work with the brain, because that's also the part of the system. And the most important part of the brain, as you know pretty well, is the midbrain. And the midbrain is the area where it's a proper location of Ajna chakra, and it means your personal consciousness, the one who is actually meditating, is exactly in the midbrain. So when we meditate on midbrain, it's something which we can call self-contemplation, because we contemplate the one who is contemplating. We are meditating on somebody who is meditating. So that's very special about meditation on Ajna chakra, or contemplation, or any mystical work with the midbrain. And if we work with any other chakra or channel or part of our energy structure, that's like outside stuff. You know, if we concentrate on whatever, navel, heart, throat, who is concentrating? Midbrain is concentrating on some part of the body. The same way like midbrain may concentrate on certain idea or concept, or may concentrate on some totally outside object, like this statue, this icon, this idol, etc. And when we speak about development of the midbrain, again, there are many Kriya Yoga meditation techniques, and some of them more about midbrain, and some of them, okay, let us say, less about midbrain. And those techniques like Hamsa Sadhana, like Alko Salakriya, like Sambhavi Mudra. Okay, there are many kinds of Sambhavi Mudra in different branches of Kriya Yoga. There are many kinds of Hamsa Sadhana in the different schools of Kriya Yoga. But anyway, you know, we have a very special technique which is Uttara Kriya, very special techniques, some other one, but you know, but those who are just working with this midbrain, this is especially important. And
for developing body.
Yeah, when we work with the midbrain, it's especially beneficial for the development of the brain, of the intellect, and actually it's so important that it's basically about everything. And I may say that some things like that, you know, yeah, of course, when we speak about 7 chakras, it's slightly different from when we speak about 3 bindus. And honestly speaking, philosophy of 7 chakras, well, we know about it much more than about 3 bindus. And the 3 bindus are even more important than, let us say, 7 chakras, but we know about 3 bindus much less. And let us not be ashamed with this, because Kriya Yoga is a huge mystery. It's a huge gift from Mahatma Babaji and Gorakhnath and all the Himalayan Mahatmas, and it's stupid to say that, okay, I know everything. No human being may know everything about Kriya Yoga. And anyway, midbrain is so hugely important for the meditation, for the intellect, for the memory, for the logic, for the intuition as well. For any steps of... Sorry?
Creativity.
For creativity, for mystical experiences, divine states, midbrain is extremely important, because exactly midbrain is the one who is in a quest for truth, in a quest for God, and this is the one who is meditating. And sometimes when I speak with the people who are learning Kriya Yoga and the Bija mantras from me, I say that now we are Westerners and we are people of synthesis. It means we can't stay in one tradition only, or at least it's difficult. As a Westerners, we were born in a Christian, Jewish or Islamic families. And there are many branches for Christianity, Judaism and Islamic religion. And okay, we are born in all that families. And when we make step, and learn more about Vedic and Buddhist tradition, immediately we are put ourselves in a position of synthesis. And even when we learn something more about yoga and meditation, normally Westerners trying to be very much open-minded, and if people learn meditation immediately, like, okay, Kriya Yoga, if Kriya Yoga, then from many sources, then Vipassana meditation, then Zazen meditation, then Dzogchen meditation, then Christian, then Kabbalah meditation. And my point is, when I speak with my students, that actually, if with the help of Kriya Yoga you can open mid-brain, then whatever tradition you will practice tomorrow, you will be successful. If your midbrain is not really yet, you may not feel it, not experience your own midbrain. If this is the situation, then whatever tradition you will practice tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, it will not be successful. So the midbrain is something extremely important. If we have all the proper mystical experiences, and if we really may experience our own midbrain, then whatever tradition you will practice tomorrow, including Christian prayer, Jewish prayer, Qigong, whatever, Reiki healing, whatever you can choose, you will experience everything and you will be successful in any kind of meditation and technique. But if your midbrain is blocked yet, then you may visit 100 of seminars and workshop and it will bring you no result. So that's very important. And because our school, our tradition is pretty strange one, yeah. We don't put any limitations. We are not asking people to belong to us, because we're absolutely free people. And the point is that the subtle motivation is, okay, you first have to make a choice, be part of certain tradition, then only you can experience God and enlightenment. Motivation is nice, but that's lie. Because only free people, only free thinkers may experience God. If somebody is part of certain tradition, he or she can be nice priest, but not enlightened. Well, it's your basic question was about how to develop intellect, and development of intellect is strongly connected with the ability to be free. An intelligent person is not free. Intelligent person is always free. And if you take as example all great mystics, masters, saints, they're all free thinkers. They're all were or are open to any possibilities. They never part of certain structure. Later on, in the name of all that saints, huge number of structures appear. constructed by followers. But to discover truth, God, consciousness, we can't belong to certain school and tradition, and it nothing to do with so-called, oh come on guys, you have to concentrate on the master, on the school, then only you can achieve something. Nonsense. Nothing possible to achieve, at least real. If we concentrate on a certain school, tradition, become part of system, then we can be good and nice boys and girls, maybe with the knowledge and supernatural power, maybe good, representatives of this or that school, maybe good priests, maybe good, people who are...
So in Kriya Yoga we are free of any theory, philosophy, or almost every tradition.
You see, the very foundation of Kriya Yoga meditation is the process of self-inquiry. And this, what we call in Sanskrit Atma Vichara, is the philosophical foundation for Kriya Yoga meditation. That is the ultimate purpose for the meditation at all, and Kriya Yoga especially. Of course, we can use Kriya Yoga meditation for many other purposes, including positive intention, including self-healing. And for the most of the people, the first step to the Kriya Yoga is actually positive intention and self-healing. Later on it become obvious that really self-inquiry is the point. And my experience is that very limited number of people are interested in self-inquiry. That's true. Mostly it's like positive intention and self-healing. And nothing bad about it, but just as a first step. But at the same time, when we speak about self-inquiry, it's a perfect freedom. It can't be as the part of any limitations or any social and religious structure. Because person who is really ready for self-inquiry is absolutely free. And
there is no any structure in self-inquiry.
In self-inquiry can't be any structure, but at the same time let us be realistic, and quite many Kriya Yoga schools and traditions, they try to establish structures, institutions, ashrams, schools, and then nicely to explain to the people that, oh come on, boys and girls, if you want to grow spiritually, you have to be part of our school, to concentrate, to, the question of devotion is there. But devotion to what? Devotion to whom? Because if this is devotion to the guru, to certain guy, oh, I'm very sorry, but that's not the point. Why one person must be devotee of another person? Okay, it can be friendship, but devotion, devotion must be to the truth. Devotion must be to the self-inquiry itself. And devotion can be only to God. That's true devotion. But what happened in many schools and traditions, they speak about devotion, but really it's just tricky process how to make people part of certain institution. So that's the reason why. So we're speaking about intellect. Of course, Gayatri Mantra is a huge mantra for the intellect. Just repeat Gayatri Mantra and result will be huge development of intellect. But something more is there. Something more than just Gayatri Mantra. All Bija mantras are intellect, tool for the intellect development. But so let me just complete this with the main things. And the main things is the midbrain. The midbrain must, the meditation on midbrain, that's essential. And to be free. free thinker, free philosopher, free human being. Without that, intellect can't really grow, and real spiritual process may happen only if you are really free man.